welcome to your August predictions. We're going to look into your career, your relationships, the things that need to be reviewed, challenges, the blessings. We're going to do that through a tarot reading, through a pick a pile. So I want you to see which one out of these three you feel most called to, and you will find the timestamp in the description or in a comment down there. So this is going to be pile number 1. This is going to be pile number 2. Then we have, last but definitely not least, pile number 3. So I want you to see which one you feel most connected to. Feel free to stop the video, see how you feel, and then I hopefully see you in your reading, and we'll see what August holds for you, my dear. Hi, pile number 1. This is going to be your reading if you felt most called to this one. The message with this card is romanticize your life like it's your special film with a soundtrack and everything. Notice the magic. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful starting point for the month ahead. It seems like you're stepping into your dream life in the sense that you are starting to see how you can be the protagonist of the story and how that is okay. And romanticizing your life in the idea of whatever you can imagine, maybe you can bring into fulfillment. But trusting that the magic around you is doing its thing. That's really nice and very playful energy I'm getting straight away. We're going to look into this through looking at the different areas of your life. August is going to be a month that, will call for a lot of introspection. There's radical shifts potentially coming up with some Venus and Uranus transits happening. So you might find yourself looking into your values and from a new perspective in the month ahead. Also matters of your authority and your work, your authenticity. These are all things. But we're going to see what's the main thing for pile number 1. The main theme this month. Hermit in reverse, coming out of your shell. Coming out potentially to socialize more. And I do feel with this card, it does feel like you might be open to more things at this point in time. So we have as a main theme the Hermit, is coming out of your shell, coming out of a very introspective period potentially. But what's going on then with career? The 2 of Coins in reverse and the 4 of Swords in reverse. Now, you might be juggling a lot of stuff in terms of your career, your finances, your work. The two of Pentacles speaks of just that, balancing different responsibilities, and it's quite a lot of work and quite turbulent. You can see there's the sea in the background, and you got the ships, and in this depiction you don't see it as much, but it tends to be a very turbulent sea. Now, this came out on its head, so you might, in terms of your work, find yourself either like you don't have a lot going on, or there's so much going on that you're really struggling to juggle at all of it. I think that is more likely the case than not, as we have also the 4 of Swords that came out in reverse. The 4 of Swords is about taking a moment to breathe. You're in the eye of the storm, you've gone through a lot, you're now in this moment of time where you can take a break, and then you go out and you do a lot again. Now this is in reverse, so let's reverse this whole scenario. You might have been in a place where you were a lot alone, or you were able to take a rest because there wasn't maybe a lot going on. And now August seems to be bringing up a lot of stuff that you will have to deal with, leading to you not necessarily taking a break, but having to come out of a break. But the 4 of Swords always returns to what it came from in that sense. So the break will come again, you know. And this is, I feel that it very strongly, especially with this water element there. Caught my eye there as I was speaking on it now. So that is what we have here with the finances. We're gonna get more cards. Now this is going to be on your relationships, and this can be platonic, this can be romantic. We're going to see what the cards say and what you need to hear. We have quite a few come out. Oh, look at this. The 10 of Pentacles. What a lovely card. A card of community. A card of having built enough stability in your life in the material sense to be able to give back. So in this depiction, you see the card has an old man. So he's already gone through life. He's already done a lot to be able to establish himself to this point. And he's got his family standing there, potentially his kids, his grandchildren, some animals. A beautiful energy of conclusion, of completion. So you might be spending time with family, or you might just find that you, in the material world, are feeling connected with the people around you. So what I'm saying with that is, it might not be people potentially that you have super close relationships with, but you do have this sense of community. You do feel this gratitude for the stability that you have with the people in your life. With the we have the judgment, the Justice card. The Justice card, reminding you that what I heard just now in my head was, karma will get the bitch, which I find quite funny. So I'm just gonna share. But karma will get a bitch, and in that sense, justice is being served for you or for the people around you. If there's been if people have been wronged, if you have been wronged, there might be some sort of karmic interference that helps for things to realign again. So you might have a spurt of good luck in some way. But vice versa, if you were the person that caused harm, you might find that this month brings some sort of repercussion for that. But what I am sensing is a very sharp mind with the swords here. There's a very sharp mind, and this sense of justice is coming out very strongly. So taking into account that August has half a month of Mercury retrograde, I wrote down until when is it? It's till mid to like the 15th or something of August. So there's this component of our minds, our communication being misaligned, not properly working. There's like mishaps, miscommunications. So watch out for that in your relationships. Watch out for also material unfairness, because I'm seeing this here right next to the 10, reminding us of the material. But it is a matter of things balancing out. So whatever's going on in this month in your relationships is a matter of bringing balance back into your life long term. With the the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you might find that the places and of the people you've been putting your energy into, and this is a very physical energy, there's nowhere to go from there. So there might be false starts to relationships, people you might meet that seem interesting, but then there's nothing more outside of that, or you might see them for a bit and then not again. There's this sense of things coming in but not being accepted in because they're not meant to be there. And yeah, of course, because you're coming also from a place, for you, Pal 1, I think there is a very clear mind, you're a track of mind that you're on. I just turned this around to see the message again. Romanticize your life like it's your special film. Yeah, you are making choices that align with this version of your life that you want to head to. And I just saw the last card that actually had come out for the relationship part now. And I hadn't looked at it, and I just caught a glimpse, and look at what is being romanticized, idealized, but ultimately materialized. 10 of Cups, familial bliss, reaching very deep emotional connections with people, calling people family, not just because of blood, but because you truly feel loved and accepted by them and cared for and held. and you know that you do that for them, and there's this very beautiful back and forth energy that is very fair. So if you find in this month now things coming in that seem good, right? You have the 10 here, that seem really good on paper, where the material makes sense, or you might have a big spark, but like, I don't think that this is the month where the relationships, the romantic relationships specifically, are gonna be the ones that will stick with you, because you're heading towards this. So it's kind of a month of just having fun and see what happens. But you're keeping very clear on where you want to head. And where you want to head is here. So you will now, with a very, very just mind and very clear mind, make choices. And whoever does not align with you, whoever comes in and maybe sells you something that isn't what, you know, it doesn't come out the way it was set to be in the beginning, like an advertisement, a bad advertisement, then you will not take it, because you are the main character. You're the main character. And this might be a very new energy that you're stepping into, with the main energy being this, what we had, right? The Hermit in reverse. So you're really stepping out of your comfort zone, but also into your own light. Into your own light, because the Hermit is the inner light, the inner guidance. And I think you followed the inner guidance, and the guidance has led you to get out. To get out. So things are kind of popping off a little bit. Your career is going one way or another, but it's definitely going. And then you have the relationships bringing in. We'll see how it goes, honestly, but what I see is that you are very much aligned with your goals in how you interact with people and the relationships you accept or don't accept in your life. Now, well, what is coming up for review specifically in your personal growth journey? Because that is a big, big chunk of the astrology of August. There's deep internal work that's being called for, and slowing down for the sake of making sure that you're heading in the right direction. Okay, so personal growth that is in review is the mind. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, though. The Knight of Swords is someone who is very sharp in their mind and their decisions, similarly to what I was telling you about the Justice card here. Because the Justice card, it's the sword that cuts through the bullshit, you know. And in that sense, the Knight, he's the fastest knight, so he's really fast in his thinking. This being on its head, maybe sometimes you think too fast, in the sense that you overthink, you overanalyze, you go to places that you don't necessarily need to go to, and there's a sense of spiraling. And I think this might be something that is in review. I want to get an explanation for this one, actually. Is this spiraling, what is it relating to? To your material world. We have the Page of Pentacles. So someone who's trying to establish themselves materially speaking, right? So yeah, I'm just going to repeat it, but there might be someone coming in who on paper has potentially the material, is in a material place, not just financially, but in a space in his life that you are very attracted to, because it's the kind of stability that you're looking for. But there's the lack of the emotional intimacy in that part. But in regards to your personal development, this overthinking comes from like you putting so much focus right now in your life onto this material. You think you're stressing yourself out. You're like stressing yourself out, and you need to like calm the fuck down. That seems to be what is in review here for you. I want to get one more because yeah, I feel like we need to get one more for the review part. Calm the fuck down, okay. You're trying to get to the next step. You're really like focusing on your material. So that's maybe also why August is going to be a really busy month potentially in your career. But look, we have the page. He's starting off doing his thing. And who's the next in line? It's the knight. And the knight has already started doing his thing. He's establishing himself. He's trotting along, doing what he's got to do, you know. But it's going slowly, and you've just been really focusing on getting to this next step and to this next version of yourself, this, again, idealized version potentially, because with being the main character, you also have main character potentially syndrome and plot armor, which doesn't exist in life, so you might struggle with that sometimes, you know. But we're going to continue, because the next question is, what are the challenges? The challenges coming up. Another night. There's so much movement. You're really trying to be someone. And I hope you don't take this in a negative way. Just factually speaking, I feel like because we have all these, literally all of these court cards come out, all these people come out. There's so much focus on people, on individualization. Individualization. Maybe you're trying to step more into your individuality, into your authenticity here as well. But yeah, there is this focus on like, who am I? Who am I? The challenge is this being the Knight of Cups in reverse. You might be finding yourself emotionally blocking off a little bit. The Knight, again, the Knight has already established himself somewhat. So you've already done a lot of work. You already gotten to a place of understanding how you want to, like, what kind of relationships you want to have in your life, where you want to put your energy, what fills your heart, what drains you. These things you've taken into account. And yet there is some sort of a block coming up in this month. Some challenge in regards to your emotions. And I think this might be in relation, where I put it down. I think this is in relation to these people in your life, family potentially, or just people that surround you, that you have some sort of a unity with, some sort of a connection with, that makes you see yourself as a unit, like a family system. And we have the Devil. Okay, for the challenges, I asked for a clarifier. I can't show you this card because we have nudity here. But yeah, the Devil. Don't be alarmed. The Devil is not a bad thing. The Devil is what we make of it. To me, the Devil is the ego. It's the humanness. The things that make us feel safe, that we cling on to, and that sometimes we know aren't good for us, but we continue to do it. That is the Devil. And with here being a depiction as well of a couple, this could be a relationship coming up that might bring some difficulty. But what I'm seeing is addictions, conflict, inner turmoil. These things are going to come up this month for you. Now, very much your emotions might be going up and down, and watch out potentially for the full moon, which is going to be in Capricorn. So maybe you want to check what your astrology is, or you don't even have to. I can tell you that the full moon in Capricorn is all about your long-term goals and harvesting the fruits of your labors in regards to your long-term goals. And Capricorn is also connected to the Devil here. So yeah, maybe the full moon is at this time. This is going to be on the 10th, I think. Might be a very emotional time for you. A lot of stuff coming up. But that's okay. You know, things come, it happens. Challenges are challenges. And we're going to see what the blessings are on the other end of the spectrum. Because in this illusion of duality, there is always, it comes in pairs, doesn't it? So, the blessings then. If the challenges are so, what blessings do we have? The World. And I'm going to have to cover her a little bit. The World. And the World actually came out in reverse. And I'm feeling, I turned it I turned it right side up, and it felt like I was cranking something, like you're trying to, your blessing is you're seeing the things that felt senseless, that felt like it wasn't fair, or you didn't know where you were heading. Things are starting to feel like they're falling into place nicely this month. You're going to start seeing that through this turmoil, potentially, that might be coming up a little, that there is sense to this. Even though it might be difficult sometimes. But I think this is kind of the blessing that you're going to see in it. And this is a matter of perspective as well. So it's a choice for you to see it as a blessing. And look, I couldn't make this up. What fell right on top of the Justice card is the Judgment card. So another reminder here, this is all a blessing. All of the negative potential things that could be happening in August for you, the conflicts that might be coming up, the internal work, the shadow work that you might need to do, this is all meant for your highest good. The Judgment card is just that, weighing your actions, making sure to see, okay, so you've done this, cool, then you get this. Balancing things out. And Judgment Day, oh, I just realized I didn't hear to see there. Judgment Day is also a reminder of there is things much bigger than us keeping track. So we don't need to worry, because it's like laws of physics. They will automatically balance themselves out, because no energy can disappear, can only be transmuted and moved. Okay, we're gonna finish this August reading for you, dear Padawan, with some guidance. For my lovely, lovely Padawan, what is the guidance, please? Oh, and I'm gonna get you some of those as well. Okay, I will. Okay, my dear, the guidance for you. You're gonna have to face your anxiety. I know it's hard, and you might struggle. It might be keeping you up at night here and there. But this is all coming as it has to. This anxiety is part of it. Romanticize your life. If your life's not going so well, if you're having a bad day, just pretend that you're in the scene of a movie. Make it really dramatic in your head. Put on some music with some headphones. Have a good cry staring out the car window. It can help, so why not? Be bold, be dramatic. We have another anxiety card come out, but this time it's about releasing it. Releasing this anxiety that you put on yourself in a way. You allow yourself to get into this space, and this is part of your inner work that you need to look at. Remember the spiraling? So you're really having to face your mental stuff this month. Okay, one more for guidance here. And then we're gonna get you some self-care, my dear. Okay, oh, we have the Temperance card in reverse. Oh my, oh me, oh my. Everything is pointing very clearly to things are balancing out that have been out of balance. And this guidance, the fact that we've got guidance coming up, I'm asking for guidance, and we've got cards coming up that are typically associated in the positioning as well, that they're coming out with somewhat negative experiences. The guidance is to see that this is all in an effort for you to find this balance, an effort for you to find it. You need to face the imbalance in the first place. And if you want to reach this, my dear, you need to do the internal work and not just the external exploration and dedication. Building a life. You're building a life, but for who? And for what kind of person? What kind of person do you want to be at the end of your material pursuits? Alrighty, we're gonna pick up some self-care for you to finish this reading. Let's see, what can pile number 1 do this month to help in their journey? Help deal them with all of this reviewing, introspecting, learning, growing. Beautiful energy. Such a blessing to have challenges. Even though it's really hard, but it allows for us to grow. It really, really does. For example, last year was like the worst year of my life, my dearests. And I've done such immense growing in myself that is almost exponential to the pain that I experienced. So I'm very grateful for the experience. And maybe that is the type of energy you're tapping into, facing these uncomfortable things this month. Yay! Getting out of your safe zone, right? Again, the theme of the mind, the Hermit in reverse. Alrighty, we're gonna finish. I'm gonna just keep babbling. For what you can do now to kind of help you and what kind of self-care would be nice for you in August is to sleep. You're gonna be so busy, I think, mentally, and we had the anxiety card, right, as well, that you might struggle to sleep. Also in your work, you might be really busy. It's just a lot going on. So there's this reminder for you to take care of yourself by taking a break, allowing yourself to rest, allowing your mind, your body, your soul to rest, and potentially keeping track of your dreams. Maybe there's some insight there. Neptune is doing something. Neptune is going to enter Aries. I've got my notes here. Neptune is going to enter Aries on the 4th of July, Neptune being associated with your dreams. So there could be a lot of inspiration in regards to this reviewing you're doing with your leadership and with your authenticity and authority, like being an authority figure, taking charge. This is all Aries energy. With Neptune here, it might be coming up in your dreams, and your subconscious is going to push you to deal with it. So yeah, keep track of your dreams. And I'm already holding on the next card, but I'm still talking about the other one. Connect with the earth, my dear. Maybe go out into nature, hang out in places that bring you calm, that realign you, that maybe help you tap back into the Hermit energy here and there, because you are coming out of a lot of silence in a way, but you very much need it, I'm feeling. But be careful. Be careful to not overdo it. That is my advice for you as I let you go, my dear. I hope you have a lovely August, and I see you soon, hopefully. Bye-bye. Hi there, and welcome to your reading, pile 2. This is going to be a reading if you felt most called to this one. And the message here is, invest your energy into your highest self. The more you invest, the more you will become. Beautiful. Beautiful. That makes a lot of, that taps right into the energy of August. Makes a lot of sense. August has a lot of retrogrades. What does that mean? A retrograde, skip this if you're not interested, but it makes sense, I'm getting to a point. But retrogrades are an optical illusion of when it looks like the planet is going backwards when it isn't. In astrology, it basically is connected to the planet and the energy and the areas of your life it represents, all of those topics being inverted, coming into introspection, into review, you having to look at these things. So there's a lot of that going on in the planet, specifically regarding like the society, so bigger things, not just as individuals, like we're all going through this as a society in August. So we're going to see what you are going to be doing, and with this being invest your energy into your highest self, I can see you're going to probably be doing a lot of hard work, but very much excited about it, because you are heading towards this version of yourself that you see, this is who I want to become. And the more you invest into that, the more you will. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Batu. The main theme for August for you is the Six of Wands. I already said victory, because victory, my dear, victory. You have been investing. You have already been putting a lot of effort, I think, into reaching, getting closer, because you can't reach it, but getting closer to your highest self, to the version of you. And this talk of highest self, it's the version of you that you idealize in a way. But from a place of, this is who you would be if you made all the right choices, and you're the most compassionate, loving human being that is no longer human because of how far you've already come in your evolution. Does that make sense? Anyway, I see that August is going to be a month of victory, of you being victorious in whatever you are trying to achieve. And I think what you're trying to achieve is to align yourself more. So this is going to be your month, my dear. You have great opportunity for that. We have a lot of stuff happening. Okay, but we're going to see what is coming up for you in your career and your finances, in your work life. Let's see for pile number 2, what is coming up in your career and finances. We have the 3 of Pentacles, collaboration. You might find yourself doing some sort of group project this month, or having to work with other people. But this is a collaboration that I think is going to be really fruitful, potentially. I'm going to get an explanation there. How is this collaboration going to turn out? Oh, the Devil. I can't show you this card. We have some nudity on here. I'm just going to show you the part without it. There you go. We have 2 people stuck to something, and they're kind of stuck together. So you might have to be working this month with some people that you find difficult, and find yourself bound to contracts potentially that turn out not to be the best. So be very careful there in regards to your finances and what you who you go into business with this month. Because there is this energy of potentially people being only looking out for themselves. So be very, very careful there. I was gonna say, let's get some more, because this energy is weird, and I wanna see what I can tell you here. And we got 2 more that came out explaining themselves here. We got the 10 of Wands, and then we have the Lovers. The Lovers, which are naked, so we're gonna do this. YouTube algorithm, don't hate, thanks. Yeah, and we have the Lovers, but the Lovers in reverse. So this might be, in terms of your career, some opportunity might be coming up for you that seems amazing, like a perfect fit, a perfect partnership. But it turns sour, or it turns out not to be what you wanted it to be, and potentially leading to you taking the load of the work. So this might be a collaboration where you end up doing most of the work. That's what I'm seeing here for your finances. So be careful, watch out. There seems to be potentially a lot of socializing in regards to your work. But with the Lovers in reverse here, there is a risk of you falling out of love with what you're doing because you're doing too much. So watch out for that, my dear. Okay? Watch out for that. And watch out for toxic people in your work environment. All right. What is coming up in regards to your relationships? Oh, we have the Knight of Cups coming in. Someone's coming in, potentially. Pile number 2. Interesting. The Knight of Cups. He's a slow knight, but he's a sturdy knight. He comes in with an offer of love. So this might be someone coming in, someone new coming in, or someone from your past. But it is someone coming in with an offer of love, with a cup to be filled, and hopefully also with enough to fill your cup. So watch out for that. But I'm going to get some explanation here. Who is this? Who is this person? Ooh, I think this might be someone you might meet out and about with your friends, going to a party of some sort. The 3 of Cups is about celebration and having fun with your friends. Look at them, they're so happy, having so much fun. So yeah, you might be out and about and meet this person. This could also be a friend that comes to you and says, you know, I've got feelings for you. Who knows? This could also be a thing for some of you. Remember, this is a general reading, so I can only go so far with this. But yeah, there could also be drinking involved, as I'm seeing the cups being very full, and they're very, very happy about that, I think, as well. And oh my gosh, the Fool coming in with a little flower in his hand. And I think something new is starting this month. You might be meeting someone, you might be starting off a new relationship or finding a new friend group, because love is not just romantic. There's, you know, love can come in all shapes and sizes and all different forms. So this could be also new friends that you're making. But what I'm feeling is your relationships this month are going to feel really fulfilling, pile number 2. You're going to feel very loved, very cared for. And whoever new people come into your life are going to feel aligned. And there might be this also deep gratitude and thanks and appreciation for this part of your life working out so well this month, because the work might be a little difficult this month. Okay, and I am feeling called to say, with the Lovers coming up in the work area, watch out for like also relationships in your workspace. So you know, co-workers and all this jazz. Also in romantic contexts is what I'm saying. All right, for your personal growth, because as I was saying, August's got a lot of stuff happening, and we got retrogrades going on, we got conjunctions happening between Venus and Uranus, which means that our ideals are coming into review, our values are coming into review, and we might be finding ourselves throughout the month actually getting more and more social and more open, but then eventually settling back into a more introspective place. So you might be doing a lot of external stuff, but at the same time there's a lot of internal work happening throughout the whole month, but especially after the first week. Just looking at my notes, yeah. So we've got Saturn in Aries, we've got Chiron in Aries, we've got Neptune in Aries. That means there's a lot of stuff in regards to your authority. You being an authority figure, you standing in your power, you're taking charge. What are you leaving to people as well? Your legacy, your work. This is all things that you're very keen on. We're all very keen on this month, looking into it. All right. And there's also one of the retrogrades is Mercury, so watch out for miscommunication and stuff. We're going to see specifically though for you, what is coming into review in regards to your personal growth. What are the topics that you're going to be dealing mostly with in regards to your inner work? Oh, you're going to try, let's see. You might be a person who's very fair, or for you it's very important for things to be equal, there being an equal give or take. Also potentially you might be coming from a space of not having had enough, and this can be emotionally, materially speaking, but just lacking in some way or another, where you now no longer lack in, and now you're able to give back. So having that as a value as well, right? Building a life where you can be able to give back eventually. There is a sword energy coming out, the Six of Swords. This is releasing something, moving into calmer waters. And what I think you're doing is you're moving into your own inner depths. Instead of moving away from the calm, moving into calm waters, away from the storm, you're moving straight into the storm, because you want to work on this. You want to understand this. I think what you do is you end up overgiving. And you're having to look at this stuff. You just really, I think you're a person who was really empathetic. And things might have been, you just end up giving a lot. Like it feels unfair. There's this unfairness coming up. And actually, for some of you, I'm feeling called to mention it at least, there might be this idea of hunger. You might have experienced hunger, so you understand how important it is to give back, you know, because you know what it feels like to not have anyone who can help. You're a very caring person, but what's under review is how much you do care at the end, and sometimes to your own detriment. So you're going deep within. One more, please, in regards to this. The Queen of Wands in reverse. You're gonna have to deal with some sort of block in regards to your own confidence, authenticity. We're talking about all this. The Aries energy is strong this month, and Leo as well. So there's a lot in regards to yourself, to the self. How safe you feel in yourself, how comfortable you feel. And these are all topics that you have been struggling with. Confidence, belief in what you can achieve, and being also straightforward, and it's okay to be a bitch sometimes if it's the appropriate response. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is, and I think a lot of times you end up playing it safe and, you know, saying the nice thing, or like not mentioning, being rather conflict avoidant. And all of this comes from deep inner wounds that you're going to be looking into, I think, in regards to this give or take energy. And I want to mention for whoever this is resonating to as well, that this give or take difficulty and overgiving, undergiving, these are behavioral patterns that often stem from childhood. So the amount of give and take that you saw within your own family dynamics and between you and your parents within each other, these are all with one another. These are all things that you might be being called to look at and to review and do some inner work. Let me know if you do, and if this month is fruitful for that. But I think it is. I think it's going to be a good month, because you're going to be putting in the work. You're going to be putting in the work internally, and you're going to be putting in the work externally, as we know. And then you have all of this really fun stuff happening in your social life. Your challenges. For your challenges, I was already ahead, but I didn't express, but I was shuffling for challenges, and we got the Hermit in reverse. So you might be struggling to get out of your safe spot. This is actually the focus of pile number 1. So if you do feel called to listen to that one as well, maybe there is a message for you. I would recommend it, but do as you please. The Hermit here in reverse for your challenge. There is a lack of trusting your own intuition. You're going to be questioning your own intuition, your own guidance. And that's going to, you know, here and there disrupt you, but I think it's not going to be too much. It's just, you know, the following this trail within. I see this deep inner work coming up for you, and following this trail within, here and there you might find resistance. I think you're finding resistance because you stop trusting that lantern that you're holding in this dark space that you're exploring. You're going in there and you're trying to see things, but what if your light goes out? You know, and you're scared. You're a little bit scared of doing this. And the Hermit has found solitude to become his freedom. And you might be feeling, as a challenge as well, a little overwhelmed in regards to the socializing, potentially for some of you, or in regards to the workload. Yeah. Okay, what are the blessings? One more for one more for challenges. Pile number 2, please. Oh my God, that jumped out. Oh, the 2 of Cups, my dears. A relationship might be time to review a relationship of some sort, whether you are in one or you are not. This is the card that is mostly connected to romantic relationships, but it can be any sort of partnership. Two of Cups is two people coming together, filling each other's cup, and trying to build a life that is based on this understanding of give and take. Oh, there you go, the give and take coming up again. So a challenge being maybe the give and take in your relationships. Maybe that is something. But yeah, I think you might have some interpersonal conflict this month, potentially, my dear. I'm sorry to tell you. The blessings, because I do want to say there is challenge, but there's only challenge because there's blessing, and there's only blessings because there's challenges. So the blessings for you, I love it, I love it, I love it. The sun, you're gonna have so much fun this month, I think. Yes, you're gonna be having so much fun. You're gonna be exploring, you're gonna be creative. You're really tapping into the Leo energy, authenticity, expression, especially in your social connections, even if there might be some difficulty here and there. But you're just, I think this month is just going to be a blessing, because whatever is happening, you are heading towards this highest version of yourself. And you're becoming more that each day, and it's being reflected in your day-to-day. It's going to be reflected in your relationships and in the joy that you will have this month. You will, I think you will feel so lucky, and maybe because there is someone coming in there. Let's not forget, we have this Fool card, someone new. Oh, okay, this is going to be your guidance, my dear. We have the Knight of Coins in reverse. You need to chill out a little bit in regards to your work and your material life. It's all good and well that you are heading towards stability and you're working hard, because I think you're going to be working hard. But I think you put too much weight onto your work. Yeah, there is putting in too much weight onto the work. Potentially from this space, right, of like not having clear, or within yourself finding that you give too much. And why is that? Because maybe that was the only way you got anything back, right? So you learn to overgive. But the guidance here is don't put too much mental energy onto that. It's okay, you're still doing your thing. The Knight of Pentacles is it's not even a knight, it's a page, sorry. Anyway, it's the slowest thing to happen. So you're trotting along, you're doing your thing, but just relax. It's all good. It's all good. You can have some fun. Yeah, you can have some fun this month. And we have some betrayal coming up. Some betrayal, potentially you being honest about yourself, about how you lie to yourself sometimes, betray yourself, betray the version of you that you want to become through choices and people that aren't aligned with that. But it could also be a form of betrayal in your external. So someone or something that comes up that feels like deep betrayal. This came out in reverse, so I think whatever comes up that has this energy of betrayal in whichever way is going to be released. There's going to be a victory over betrayal, potentially. So this is, and I'm feeling called to say this can be with the work situation, remember the devil and stuff happening there, but also in your romantic situations, in your friendships. But what I'm seeing is, yeah, if there's anything happening, I think you're gonna deal with it pretty well, because you're just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, fuck that. Fuck that, because there's the Nine of Pentacles here. There's all this stuff that you've already established, that you've already managed to make and build for yourself. You've done so much work. You've done so much work, and you're okay to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I see. Oh, you might feel like you're betraying yourself or the people in your life that have less, because you now have more. Very specific message. Or betraying some older version of yourself because of who you are becoming now. There is this uncanniness with the version of you that you have now. But you are also understanding that the version that you are now is the version that gets to enjoy. That's you already done a lot of hard work. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to enjoy. And that's what you're meant to be doing this month, I think, pile number 2. I'm gonna let you go with some self-care that you could be doing in this beautiful month of August that hopefully holds a lot of growth, and for you particularly, pile 2, I think a lot of fun, a lot of celebration, and you deserve it, my dear. You deserve it. Oh my lordies, clear your energy field, and it fell right on top of the 7 of Swords, so the betrayal card. Okay. Connect with your ancestors. You need one more in here. Good. Interesting. Now, my dear, clear your energy field. Fell right on top of the 7 of Swords. So there might be someone in your energy who was trying to get one over on you, was trying to do something behind your back. Be very watchful of that. And you might not even be conscious of it, and they might not be conscious of it. But if you have negative emotion towards a person, you are kind of sending it their way. Does that make sense? So there might be people who are feeling some sort of way about you. And this could be people who have some sort of jealousy issues, because they tend to compare themselves to you. Yeah, because we have it right here next to the 3 of Pentacles, so the people, the collaboration. So be watchful of your energy. Watch out. Maybe worth doing some protection, meditation, intention setting, if that is something that helps you feel more secure and safe. If it isn't, you can always clear your energy by changing your mind space, changing your body space, anything, changing your space, allowing for new things to flow. And sometimes it's just opening a window and getting some fresh air. All right, and then we have also connect with your ancestors. Beautiful card there. You can see this like DNA strand, and this was right on top of the challenges there. So your ancestors might be holding some wisdom in regards to the difficulties you might be facing this month. If you have people that are still around that you can talk to about whatever comes up, especially in regards to this partnership, relationship, there might be difficulties, or this trusting your own intuition as you go deep into the self. So maybe asking people, if you're, for example, looking into your childhood, understanding patterns, talking to people who experienced you in your childhood, or people who can relate to the patterns. Does that make sense? So very much understanding, like gaining understanding through the knowledge and work that has already been done before you, in one way or another. But there's a lot of wisdom in failing. That is such a specific thing to say, but I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a lot of wisdom in failing, and a lot of wisdom in winning, but I think maybe for you this month it's about looking at the ways people fail and what you can learn from it and how you fail as well. Well, the last of it, my dear, is corpse pose on the yoga mat. Be still. Take a break. When things get too much, because this fell on top of the 10 of Wands, the work, the overworking, that taking on a lot of stuff, a lot of responsibilities, just your energy is everywhere. When you feel that, be still for a moment this month. Even if it's just a minute, focus on your breath. Try to elongate your inhale and then your exhale. Make it even longer than your inhale. And do that again. And do it maybe like 5 times. See how you feel. Maybe do it again. Bring in peace in moments where everything seems chaotic. You can interject into your own energy. And you are. And you think you're making these choices to take breaks when you have to as well. But this is your reading, my dear pal too. I hope you have a lovely August. Thank you so much if you made it up to here. And I hope to see you here again soon. Bye-bye. Hi there and welcome to your reading, pal 3. This is going to be a reading if you felt most called to this card. And the message is, don't underestimate your magic. There are treasures within you awaiting to be discovered, to be shared. So you might be discovering some new parts of yourself or tapping in to talents of yours that you've been maybe not tapping into too much in the past. Let's see what August holds for you, my dear. We're going to keep this here in mind and start our reading. What is going to be the main theme? For pile number 3, please. I want to say August is a month of introspection, as I was saying in the intro. Okay, I'm going to get right into that, but I just want to finish my thought there. We're going to see a lot of retrogrades. We've got 5 planets in retrograde, including what people are always scared of, Mercury retrograde. What does that mean? You can skip this if you're not interested, but this does make sense for where I'm going. But retrogrades are just an optical illusion in the sky. Fun fact for you, of where planets are going. It looks kind of like they're going backwards to us from where we're standing, but they aren't. When this happens is what we call a retrograde. And in astrology, there's meaning associated with all of these astrological events, right? Astronomical events, excuse me. So the retrogrades, they invert the energy of the planets. Mercury, for example, being the planet of communication. People are super scared from Mercury retrograde because the idea is that communication might become difficult. There might be blockages, misunderstandings. It's like we're no longer on the same frequency communicating, and there's difficulty there. Mercury is also connected to the mind, so having difficulty in your thoughts and thinking straight. Things might be foggy, more difficult to articulate, communicate. All this stuff is connected to a Mercury retrograde. So a lot of introspection happening, a lot of reviewing happening in an effort to grow though. And what I'm seeing here is your main theme is the world. Things are coming to an end. Things are coming to a conclusion. You are seeing the bigger picture. You are seeing that things are happening as they have to. Everything is falling into place perfectly this month for you. And you really feel it, I think. You really, really feel the magic. Because it feels like magic when suddenly everything makes sense. You're like, oh my God. You know? Okay, so my dear, we're gonna... Are these an explanation for that? No, they'll work. Okay, this is going to be on your career. We're gonna go look deeper into all the areas, but for your career, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse and the Magician. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Interesting. Why? Because the Magician is an amazing card in regards to standing in your own power, building your life and building your business, building, establishing some sort of security in the material world. Because the Magician understands the tools that he has, and he's very meticulous in how he can use them. He understands what he has to do to get from A to B. And I think that's where you are at. You are making very conscious choices of seeing, very factually speaking, this is what I got and this is what I can do with it. With the 10 of Cups here being in reverse, you might find that you are neglecting your familiar system. So you might be spending less time with your family this month because of work. Or just the idea of family, of maybe that your dream is to eventually have a family, but you're like, this month I'm not thinking of that. I'm too busy right now. I'm like, I'm seeing where I'm at, and where I'm at is I need to focus on this other thing. I'm going to get an explanation for the family card here, because I find that quite a surprising card to be coming out for your work. Ooh, poverty. You might have fear of not being able to provide for your family, whether you have one now or you are hoping to have one in the future. I mean, we all have family, whether you have children or not, but there is this concept of children because it came out in the 10 of Cups. Either way, you want to provide for the people around you. You want to make sure everyone is taken care of, that they don't end up as the 5 of Pentacles in a place where, you know, they don't have enough for themselves and they're left destitute. So you're really working on your financial stability, I think, this month. You're really trying to see, okay, this is what I got, what can I do? And yeah, potentially focusing more on that. But coming from a place, more on that than your family. Let me finish my thought there. Sometimes jump too fast. Sometimes. But yeah, you're potentially neglecting the family a little bit, the family unit. But this is also coming from a place of really wanting to make sure they're okay. So a little counterproductive there. But I fully get it, you know, you gotta work, like, you gotta work. We're gonna see what's coming up for you then in regards to your relationships. The 3 of Cups, the 3 of Swords in reverse, actually. So you might be overcoming some sort of a heartache this month, or you might be having to face some sort of a heartache. But I do think for most of you, it's overcoming it, because it came out in reverse. Sorry, and it came out. I think this, if you have recently gone through heartbreak, potentially hearing this being brought up in this part of the reading might be triggering to you, because the card came jumping out like it's scary to face this heartbreak. I'm very sorry that this is coming up. We're going to get an explanation. What is this heartbreak situation? Is there a release? Is this coming up? That is too many cards for you, and I'm going to take the 2 that I see. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, so being left emotionally disillusioned. So I think whether this heartbreak happens in August or it has happened in your past, there is a disillusionment, a fear, a pain that is in relation to it, deep emotional pain that you're gonna have to be facing. But you might be trying to distract yourself from this stuff by going into your work. Yeah, that makes sense, hey? If there has been some sort of an ending to a family unit, maybe for some of you there, but there's this focus on work, or on trying to make it work as well for some of you. If the heartbreak might not yet be to a place of we're going our separate ways, there might just be pain. So you're saying, okay, we're going to work on this. There's been a lot of spilled milk, and what I'm hearing as well is then, don't cry over spilled milk. You're not going to be able to save it. It's spilled. It's done. Move on. And it's very harsh. But I think you underestimate what kind of life you can bring in. Because I think we just had this card come out as I'm speaking, and it fell right on top of the 3 of Swords. I haven't looked at it yet. But what I'm sensing is that you are underestimating the kind of love and the kind of relationships that you can have in your life and that you can call into your life. Not just romantic, but you seem to accept the fact that you end up heartbroken or in pain or some way hurt more often than you should. And what came out? That's funny. Now, we had the card, stop underestimating your magic. There are treasures within, waiting for you to discover them and for them to be shared. So, in what came out, the treasures, there is a treasure in this pain that came out. The pain that you have experienced, this heartbreak. The treasure might have been that it allowed for you to put in a lot of work this month to, again, there's this material focus that now comes in, and relationships, in your romantic life. But yeah, just you're focusing on the material in an effort to find the treasures. I think you might have been seeking the approval and the love that you deserve externally because you were still lacking it internally. And that's also why you maybe put in a lot of work into the external, because the internal seems so, there's just so much pain, you know. Can we have more on the relationships? And this can also be platonic, by the way, so this might be a heartbreak between friends or siblings, parental figures as well. Okay, ooh, victory, celebration, reaching a threshold. You are reaching some sort of a threshold in your relationships. I'm gonna ask what, because this is a very murky energy, but what I think we're going is, you've been accepting a lot of pain, and then when this pain comes in, when these heartbreaks happen, you focus on the material. You go and you try to establish yourself in an effort to do the best of what you got, kind of situation. But in your relationships, you're now seeing that there is some sort of victory coming in, some sort of a threshold you've reached. You've understood this, so now what is coming in is more calmness, more peace, and something that really feels like you deserve it. You deserve it. There's a block there to this deserving in the relationships. Why is there so much blockage to you receiving? Because you overthink it. You overthink whether you deserve what you receive. So if there is some sort of magic happening, if you've gone through a lot of pain and there's someone that comes up and it feels like magic, I think you need to understand or recognize the overthinking that you do, that sometimes holds you back from really experiencing the magic of life and the magic that you can have in social interactions. Okay, but we're going to go a little bit deeper and see what is the personal growth that is coming into question for you, pile number 3, this month. Because we have all this retrograde, so all of this internal work in all these different areas of your life. And specifically, we have Saturn in retrograde, so your business, your career, anything Capricorn related. But this is happening in Aries, so anything related to your authenticity, your spark, the self. You're very much being asked to look into your leadership, how you express leadership, how you can take charge of your own life, in your own life. The personal stuff that is coming up, the personal stuff this month, it's very much for you, pile 3, dealing with your fear of taking charge. You, I think, are someone who kind of accepts how things go, right? Like the magician, seeing the tools you are given, the things you are given, and then going off of that. So you're very good potentially with going to the fridge and like just whipping something up with what you got. Like you're fine, you're just make something happen. But this also comes, it's a great tool, right? It's a great tool to have, but it's also a compensation that you did because you lack this belief and honestly the confidence to step into your own power and to take charge and to be like, this is it, this is what you got. And for example, if you're currently really focused on your work, maybe that's something you need to communicate to people. Or if you don't want to be if you don't want people to walk all over you, I'm going to be very direct. If you do not want that, don't allow them to. Okay? Don't allow them to. If someone treats you poorly, you do not owe them your time or your space. I personally think give your best and try to communicate, but if someone just has some sort of a block that doesn't allow for fruitful communication, then there's no point. But then learn out of that. and learn out of this situation where sometimes there is no way out of it. For your personal stuff, the 9 of Cups in reverse. You're having to deal with your sense of not feeling emotionally fulfilled. Why are you not feeling emotionally fulfilled? And I think we know why, because you're not fully honest with yourself and with others about what your needs are in regards to your emotional fulfillment, right? Because you're lacking the confidence to be honest, fully honest. But you are seeing this August, you are understanding these things. You are facing these things. And you are seeing in these challenges that there's so much for you to learn, and there's so much for you to grow from. And for it to be shared, because this concept of family is so strong in your reading, particularly Pile 3. Actually, it came up in Pile 2, so if you feel called to Pile 2, follow your intuition. But I think you really you're doing all of this not just for yourself, but you're doing all this work for someone, for the people in your life. You just really want to be there for the people in your life. But sometimes that leads to you lacking your not watching out for yourself. And here we have the victory card. What is for review is how you celebrate yourself, how you allow yourself to be celebrated. Pile 3, you are awesome. You are underestimating your magic. You are underestimating who the fuck you are, man. You need to be proud, loud and proud. It's Leo season, baby. Do it. Do it. Deal with these blockages within yourself. Look into that, my dear. I think that would really help you. We're going to see what are the challenges coming up then this month. We already found out quite a bit, I think. But we're going to see your challenges. This card wants me to look at it. The circle of life. The wheel of fortune. And I'm hearing a song that goes, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Da 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 da. Something. I can't remember. And I also just remembered that it's 4 in the morning. I should not be so loud. But you might be struggling to see time go by, to see things moving on, trotting on, and seeing the bigger picture might be difficult this month. Maybe with seeing the really being honest to yourself about how you've inflicted pain on yourself, or you've placed yourself in this position as well. And also understanding that, and then saying, okay, so I gotta work on my belief in myself and on my self-worth, right? So I can say, no, I deserve to be treated with the same kind of love and attention and kindness that I want to treat others with. I want that, and I deserve that. And understanding it, and then having to say, okay, so the next step is what? It's the inner work, and that's hard. So having to face that, face yourself, is going to be a challenge for you this month, my dear. And more challenges. I'm sorry, dearest. I am very sorry. This is good stuff. It's good stuff because you're releasing some sort of instability. The 4s are stability. They always talk about something in regards to it. And you have 2 of them coming out in your challenges on its head, on their head. So releasing your necessity for stability, your focus on your stability, on the material, right? Dealing then more with your emotions, and looking at your emotions, seeing that you've been putting in your energy potentially into people, places, and things that are not serving you, that are not giving back. But what I'm seeing is just recognizing this focus on the material as something that needs to be released for you to be able to really feel emotionally happy. Yeah, because you deserve to shine. You deserve to... Oh, we have nudity, dearest. I keep forgetting, man. You deserve to shine. You deserve to be in your power and to exist as you are. You're beautiful in your uniqueness. That's what Leo energy is about, Aries, the sun. And the stars, being a star. Maybe you are called to being a star. And if that's the case, then you do you. Don't underestimate what you can achieve in this life. Do not. And it's all good and well for you to focus on the material. But for you to reach emotional fulfillment, you need to work on your own sense of security within, my dear. Not the external, within. Blessings. What are the blessings for you this month? Let's see. Oh, the 6 of Cups in reverse. Maybe you are overcoming some sort of childhood stuff. This is the childhood card, the nostalgia card, coming up on its head. There's something from your childhood that might be a bit difficult to deal with. Or you might have been realizing that you're recognizing patterns from your childhood, you're overcoming set patterns. This could also mean that someone from your past could be coming in this month to reconnect with you. But this, watch out for this reconnection, because it is a blessing, but is the blessing the person coming back and the reconnection, or is the blessing having learned the lesson to say no thank you when they do come in? That is for you to decide, my dear. And for you to tell me in the comments if you feel called to. I'd be so curious. Okay, but blessings, let me get more for blessings. And then we go into guidance for the month. Blessings, fighting. Ooh, yeah, there might be some conflict coming up that is a blessing in disguise. You might not like to have to, there might not be someone who's very conflict loving, more conflict avoidant than anything. And you might have to face that fear within yourself. So standing up for yourself and having to say, you know what, I know I've been allowing you to like walk all over me, but I'm kind of done and I don't want this anymore. That's hard, and you're going to have to face that this month, I think. And it's going to be a blessing. It's going to be a blessing. And if you are going through heartache this month, the release of this person, even if it hurts now, it will be better later. It's like when you break your bone and you have to re-break it sometimes to like set it back in place. But, you know, it is what it is, dearests. I'm going to get some guidance for you to finish this reading. Actually, I'm going to get some guidance and then I'm going to get you some self-care. But the guidance for my dear pile number 3, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Don't be too cocky. Once you step, and this might sound completely ridiculous because I just told you need to be more confident. Yes, you need to be more confident, but don't be too cocky. Don't overextend in an effort to compensate for what you lacked in the first place. So don't be mean. Communicate, be honest. Don't be mean, don't be harsh. Don't be taken over by your emotion to a place where you are just being hurtful. That is not going to help anyone, okay? More guidance for pile number 3, please. The 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. You are being guided, it's so specific, but you are being guided to be watchful when it comes to collaboration, to working with other people. Oh, it's my little boy. Is he good? Yeah. But when it comes to other people, watch out, because there might be some sort of specifically business related things coming in, deals coming in, opportunities that aren't as kosher as they sound. They aren't as good or healthy or safe as they sound. So watch out for that as your guidance, because this is the work hard, collaboration. And this coming out in reverse, yeah. If you have an offer, really watch out, especially with all of these retrogrades and Mercury being in retrograde. The idea of us signing any sort of contract is normally not advised during a Mercury retrograde. And by the way, this retrograde is happening until mid-August, but we have Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, and Pluto in retrograde throughout all of August as well. We have a lot of stuff on this. A lot. Okay. One more guidance. No, we're done. No, come on. One more guidance. I'll give you one more. And then we're done. I've been filming for like an hour and a half straight. There might be some releasing happening again this month, yeah? We were talking about this. But the Eight of Cups is about emotional release. Releasing pain. If the Five of Cups that came out, remember with the heartbreak, let me see if I can get this out. With the heartbreak card, releasing this pain, seeing it for what it is, the milk was spilled, but then walk away from it. Walk away. It's done, it's over with. Go somewhere where you're being appreciated instead, you know? That's what I'm feeling. If you feel called to walk away, connect with your emotions. The moon is here. You have the answer in yourself. If you are having to make this kind of a choice, whether it is right or wrong, I'm not going to be telling you that. I can't. You can only tell. It is not what I'm saying right now. It is how you react to it, what it makes you feel, if you can relate to it. That is the magic. Okay? That is the magic. That is the magic in you, my dear. Let's get you some self-care. And then I need to stop speaking because my voice is getting very tired. And yet I can't stop singing. Oh my gosh. We have make a vision board. Ooh. Maybe you need to sit down and like write down where you want to head in your life, things you want to work on. This can be super helpful because if we get it out of our head, it becomes a little more real. Sometimes that can be very scary to write things down because then they're real, but it can be also super helpful. And instead of maybe having a list of things you need to do, making it a shifting the perspective from this is what I have to achieve to this is what I can achieve. This is what I can, you know, these are my opportunities. These are all the fun quests I get to do. What? That's so cool. Instead of seeing it as this like burden. Okay, let's get some more for you. Pile number 3. Self-care. Okay. Wow, you got a lot of self-care. Pile number 3. You need the most self-care this month, dear. I am sorry. I hope you feel good, feel better. And I hope you this is good self-care though, but I just hope you really watch out for yourself this month, okay? We have write a gratitude list. It goes, I think, hand in hand with the vision board. Gratitude, everything that has been, that is, right? And then the vision is everything that is and that will be. So taking it all into account, saying thank you for all the things you have, all the places, all this work you've done. I don't know why, but all the places you go. I misspoke, but I felt like I had to speak out these words. Yeah, and the gratitude is going to help you see through the pain. And sometimes it can feel really ridiculous. See, how can I be grateful for this? But try. And I'm sorry if it's difficult. You might be spending more time alone at night, or if you're not, maybe it would help. Spend some time in the evening hours when there's no one around. Fun fact for you, I exist in the evening hours. I am literally a night. I am awake when everyone is asleep because I prefer it. So maybe connecting with the moon, being in solitude, connecting with your intuition can be very helpful, because the moon is that, it's your intuition, it is your emotions. And then we have, I'm going to show you this. We have this beautiful card. So self-explanatory. Maybe this is some self-care that you could use this month. And the last of it, meditate. Again, like, it's just getting back to self. When this turmoil is coming up in your relationships, with other people, and you feel like you cannot speak your truth, you're stuck and you're like, I can't stand up for myself, reconnect. Or when you get too, when you blow up and you're like, this is too much, meditate, get back. Meditation doesn't have to be you sitting down, closing your eyes and trying to not think about anything. Meditation is the act of forgetting that you are thinking in the first place. So anything that allows for your mind to just go out the window. For me, tarot is a form of meditation. I can speak for hours and I won't even realize that I did, or how much time passes. And the funniest part is I normally don't even really remember what I've been saying. So it is what it is. But it's a beautiful thing that allows for your brain to kind of recalibrate and get back to level. All right, my dear, this was your reading for you, pal number 3. Thank you. Let me know how your August went. I would love to, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself.